Good evening and welcome to the City of Pasco Council Workshop Meeting of Monday, July 28th, 2025. The council thanks you for being a part of your city government. At workshop meetings, the council discusses issues, but no formal actions taken. Agenda packets are available for those following along online at www.pasco-wa.gov/agenda. For those present here in the audience, there's a little sign that says agendas on the back table in the back to your right. This meeting is being televised via PSC-TV channel 191 on Spectrum Cable in both Pasco and in Richland. It's streamed on the city's Facebook page, website, its YouTube channel, and via Microsoft Teams. This and previous council meeting video is available on the city's website. Lastly, the public may submit comments or ask questions by contacting the city manager or the city clerk or by using the Ask Pasco app. So with that, Ms. Clerk, if you'll call our roll.
Thank you. Councilmember Barajas?
Present.
Thank you. Blaisdell?
Here.
Grimm?
He is excused.
Harpster?
Present.
Perales?
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Milne?
I'm present.
And Mayor Serrano.
I am here.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you all please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. With that, that moves us along to item number 4, which is our verbal reports from council members. I'll kick off. Ms. Barajas, do you have anything out there in the ether?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Seeing no further lights, I think that moves us along to item number 5, which is our items for discussion with opportunity for public comment. Now, this is an opportunity where we're going to discuss items. Again, no action taken, but we do offer up to 8 aggregate minutes of comment. That's 4 minutes per side, either pro or con, but limited to 2 minutes per person. So again, it boils down to you have 2 minutes. There are up to 2 of you if we find that folks are taking a particular side on a subject. So with that, we're going to roll on to item A, which is our resolution. It's a project acceptance for the 182 and Broadmoor Boulevard intersection project. And we have Miss Mary Heather Ames, our Deputy Public Works Director, filling in. And thank you for being with us, Mary Heather.
Thank you. I would like to point out that I'll be presenting actually item A and B together. They are both project acceptance. So since they have very similar topic, we'll smush them together, so to speak.
If you'll do me a favor, and when you get to like a transition point, that way, you know what, let's just go ahead and do this. For the record, we're going to be discussing item A and B, which are resolutions. The first, A, being project acceptance for the I-182 and Broadmoor Boulevard intersection project. And item B is the project acceptance for the Broadmoor TIF for the Broadmoor Burns intersection project. Again, this is going to be by Deputy Director Mary Heather Ames. So with that, we'll go to items A and B, although we may have to differentiate comments from the public. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Mayor. So good evening. I'm going to talk first about the I-182 and Broadmoor Boulevard intersection project. This is a project that I imagine most of the people in Pasco experienced in one way or another. This is on the south side of the 182 Broadmoor and Road 100 interchange. So this is a photo of what it looked like beforehand. And then we moved into construction. And on the left here, you can see the embankment work for the loop that came around. And on the right, you can see some stormwater work, which is important when we're doing streets. We don't always think about the stormwater, but it's intricately and intimately connected with street work. So here's an aerial photo of the completed loop. This project included a deceleration lane and the loop and the roundabout. So you can see it all here in this aerial photo. And finally, some pictures of the roundabout. This has the colored and stamped concrete, which helps to differentiate between that and, or between the road surfaces you should drive on and surfaces you shouldn't. And this is from the south looking north. It's difficult to see the see something from this angle, but you can see the median that was installed and the roundabout in the distance. So overall, this project had an engineer's estimate for construction of 7.056 or 800,000 or 7.058 million. I apologize. The bid award came in at 6.69. There were change orders to the amount of $720,244.94. There was a closeout reconciliation that actually decreased by $26,240.21. So our final construction cost comes in at $7.385 million. Funding for this project was provided by utility rates for the associated items that were utility. There was the Broadmoor Tax Increment Financing Program and developer contributions. And this is where a good breaking point between this and the other project.
So it sounds like that's our breaking point.
Correct.
With that, do we have any questions or comments from council on item A? I see no heads shaking. Thank you for staying as close to budget as possible, realizing there were some differentiations of about 10%. I'm sure that's within the contingency that we had planned.
Yes, that is correct.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Do we have any public comments on item A? Going once, going twice, third time. Hearing none, let's roll on to item B. Again, that's resolutions, project acceptance for the Broadmoor TIF, the Broadmoor Burns intersection project. Back to you, Mary Heather.
Thank you. So we'll just move to the north up to the Broadmoor and Burns intersection. This shows before, and I believe this is the location that our interim city manager, Zabel, was remembering the days when there weren't even this many lanes here earlier today. Construction included on the left, you can see some center curbing being put in. On the right, some curb, some exterior curb, and some pedestrian sidewalk. And here we have the finished project, and a new signalized intersection for safety and efficiency traveling through our city. And this project, the engineer's estimate was $3.666 million. The bid award came in quite a bit lower at $2.695, basically $2.696. There were change orders to the amount of $33,278.37. The project closeout reconciliation came in at $35,989.17, and that's a deduction. So our final construction cost was $2.693 to $83.39 million. Funding for this project was provided again by utility rates. There was a small amount, Broadmoor Tax Increment Financing Program, which was the majority of it, and developer contributions, which was a portion of it. And that's that project.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from council? Mr. Harpster.
Yeah, thanks. No questions on these projects, and I don't mean to throw a curveball at you, but Sylvester Street improvements were started before both of these projects, and I don't think we've seen a closeout on those or project acceptance. When do you anticipate that will occur?
So what I can tell you is what I know, which is not a lot, but I believe on that one we're waiting for an inspection from the state to go to closeout. And I don't know when that is scheduled for, but I believe that is our next step before finishing out that project.
Okay. And that's the last item we're waiting on that one?
I
as far
believe
as-
so.
Okay.
I have been wrong before.
Like I said, I didn't want to throw a curveball at you, but that's good enough. Thanks.
Any further questions or comments? I'll just note, obviously this is getting a lot of eyebrows raised. A lot of folks I hear both sides of the coin. People happy with seeing changes on the road, a lot of complaints about, specifically on the median issues. But I've tried to remind folks that if you look, I guess, was that to the east or whatever it is, into the Broadmoor area, you'll notice that there are roads that eventually are going to come through, and we'll have signalized intersections, which also draws complaints. But, with growth, there's an opportunity that I think will have a fine way to manage traffic. Appreciate the time and money spent here, and both here from council as well as from staff. So thank you for staying on top of this. Do we have any questions, or do we have any public comments here on item B? Going once, going twice, third time. Okay. With that, we'll move on to item C, which is a resolution. The supplement to professional services agreement with HLA Engineering and Surveying Inc. for Ainsworth Avenue pavement preservation project. And we're going to stick with you, Ms. Ames.
Thank you. So, as the mayor just said, this is the Ainsworth Avenue pavement preservation project. This has begun with design. We are moving into right-of-way acquisition. So this supplement to the professional services agreement will handle the right-of-way acquisition. The project overall includes overlay, curb ramp upgrades, and storm drain improvements. It's federally funded by a 2023 National Highway Performance Program grant. We also sometimes refer to those as NHS, but the official name is the NHPP. So we have an agreement with HLA. We entered that at the end of last year. For the design services, we have 60% plans and estimate, and we're looking to move into right-of-way. So the original PSA with the supplement will take us to a $378,600 contract. The funding that we have is, as I mentioned, the NHPP. It's just over $2 million, and then we have some overlay funds in there as well. So the expenditures we have planned are $430,000 for the PE, which we are within that. Right now, right-of-way, we're looking at $250,000, and then construction of just over $1.4 million.
Do we have any questions or comments from council on this one? Seeing none, again, thank you for the information. Thank you for keeping the work moving. Do we have any public comments on this issue? Going once, going twice, third time. Alrighty. That moves us along to item D, which is our resolution. Professional services agreement with McKay Esposito for a Lewis Street pavement preservation project. Sorry, that's a lot of P's. Kind of got tied up there. Stays with you again, Ms. Ames.
All right. It feels a little bit like I'm on a game show, and I like it.
I can, throw a whammy at you or something if you prefer.
Oh dear. All right. This is the Lewis Street Pavement Preservation Project and the professional services agreement with McKay Esposito. So this project includes a taper mill with a 2-inch overlay, some localized asphalt repairs, striping, and the associated ADA upgrades that go with pavement work. Within the scope of work, we have the design phase, which includes things like project management, surveying, and permitting, design, and then geotechnical and bidding assistance. Then the right-of-way phase is also included here. We have the project, setting it up, going ahead with the valuation, negotiations, acquisitions, and certification, and then finally we'll move to construction phase. I'm getting older, I think. Okay, so for this one, the funding that we have is the NHPP program, again, the National Highway Performance Program, and it's in the amount of just over $4.7 million, and then our overlay fund kicking in with just over $530,000 for a total of $5.246 million. And the way we're planning to spend those is by the preliminary engineering of $707,000, right-of-way of $250,000, and construction almost at $4.3 million. And this agreement with McKay Esposito falls within that preliminary engineering, their scope and fee has come to $649,447.75.
All right. Any questions or comments from council? Ms. Bras, I apologize. I haven't called you by name, but I've assumed if you've had something, you'd kind of chime in. Anything here or for the first 4 items?
No,
Okay.
I would have chimed in. Thank you.
I figured you would, but I wanted to at least remind folks that you're here, even though you're not physically here. So there you go. You're getting
Thank
credit.
you.
So with that, do we have any public comments on item D? Going once, going twice, third time. Okay, with that, that moves us along to item E, which is our resolutions approving 2 developer reimbursement agreements with RP Development LLC. And Director Miller, this is going to go to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Council. Tonight before you for this workshop is 2 different developer reimbursement agreements from the same builder, RP Development LLC. Constructing Barker Ranch was required to construct improvements on both Road 104 and 108 that entailed 3/4 street improvements. And so per state and local codes, the developer is allowed to be reimbursed for this by setting up a reimbursement agreement with the city. And here is a little bit of background on what was required for the developer to construct, and then stipulations related to receiving a proportionate share back for part of the construction that benefits adjacent property owners. And the legal framework is listed on the screen, and this is permitted through state codes and Pasco's municipal code. Some details on each project. This is for the Barker Ranch Road 104, and there's some pictures on the screen here of the road construction, and then details on what the engineered road included there. Some more photos of the road being built in action here on the screen. And then also for Road 108, similar construction. You can see the paving there and the improvements that were completed. And these reimbursement agreements are approved at the city manager level, and bringing this forward to council tonight to workshop, and happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from council? Seeing none, thank you for taking care of this and getting it moved along. Do we have any questions or any public comments out there? Going once, going twice, third time. All right, with that, we'll move along to item F, which is another resolution, agreement with Natural Selection Farms for wastewater biosolid beneficial use. Back to you, Ms. Ames.
Good evening once again. Tonight I get to talk about wastewater, which is one of my favorite things. So, this is for an agreement for the beneficial use of biosolids. I wanted to first cover what are biosolids, because it may not be something that everyone talks about all the time as much as I do. So biosolids are a product of wastewater treatment. They are literally the solids that come out of the wastewater early in the process. They're nutrient rich and they're well suited to enhance plant growth. There are several ways that cities dispose of them. In Washington state, land application is a beneficial use, so that is what we do. So our Pasco's biosolids, on the left you see an aerial photo of our wastewater treatment plant. The process starts sort of in the upper left-hand corner and works its way down, and the drying beds are in the lower right-hand corner, and that's where they're spread and then collected and taken to natural selection farms. So in the past, we've done this before. Each year it comes out, we've had as low as $60,000 and as high as $103,000. So we're expecting around $100,000. This agreement covers the next 5 years, and so we made it for approximately $500,000. The reason that we're going with Natural Selection Farms as opposed to anywhere else is that Natural Selection Farms is the only location that is designated by the state as a place that we can use for the beneficial use of biosolids. So they are our only option, and that's why we also have a sole source going with this agreement. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Excellent, Mr. Perales.
So where do we take that to? Where's their facility located?
So we don't actually take it; they come and take it from us.
Okay.
So the point of handoff happens at our site. They are located somewhere that I'm not remembering right now. Let me see if I can find it.
No, I was just kind of curious. I was
It's
wondering if we were transporting it ourselves or something.
we are not. I believe we load and they take it from there.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Any further questions or comments from council? Seeing and hearing none, do we have any public comment on this issue? Going once, going twice, 3 times? Well, excellent. Well done. Maybe you should fill in more often. Don't tell Maria I said that. With that, it moves us along to item 6, which is our miscellaneous council discussion. Do we have any from staff?
Sunnyside. That's from Natural Selection Farms there.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. That's helpful to not know that we're turning it into Sunnyside. Thank you.
And I do have some exciting news, but Mayor, I think it's your news to tell tonight, so,
I would assume that would be the paper I signed.
yes,
Yeah, so I'll jump in. Anything else from you before I jump?
no, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so this afternoon, Ms. Matson brought over the signed contract by Mr. Stewart, Mr. Harold Stewart. I countersigned that, and so all the paperwork is done for everyone following along. We have basically a not to exceed date of October 15th, correct?
October 1st.
Or October 1st, and no later than date of October 1st. So, we'll see him as soon as possible, but no later than October 1st. I just want to reiterate, it was a competitive process. It was probably more arduous for our consultants and staff than it was for us, but we've got a lot of information and a lot of strong applicants, even including those who didn't rise up to that top 3 level. And I would say this, we felt very confident in our decision. We believe that Mr. Stewart's going to bring some really solid decision making. He has some economic development background where in one of the municipal jurisdictions, they landed a distribution center, much like some of the ones that we've seen over here. So I think while we're maybe not targeting just that model, that will be helpful background. And I'm excited to see that opportunity as much as it's going to be sad to see it go, Dave, but it is what it is. You're a Band-Aid, and we'll rip you right off and replace you with a permanent skin.
Oh,
Joking
please don't.
aside, we appreciate your service. So I have nothing else, council. Anyone else have anything for miscellaneous? Ms. Ross?
Nothing on my end.
Alrighty. Well, with that then moves us to item number 7, which is our executive session. I'm going to start with the end, which is it's listed for 30 minutes. We're going to target 15, but it's listed at 30. So just anticipate that when I come out the first time, it might be the first of one or many. Hopefully it is the first and last. So it is going to be 15 minutes. We're going to start it at 7:25. And its item A is discussion with legal counsel about current or potential litigation under RCW, Revised Code of Washington, 42.30.110, subsection 1, Roman numeral 1 or I, and to evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment under RCW or Revised Code of Washington, 42.30.110, subsection 1, subsection G. Again, 15 minutes, commencing at 7:25. We are going to have counsel, the legal counsel, the interim city manager, and who else is coming, and are we bifurcating?
Yeah, the deputy will be in the second 2 items.
Okay, so the deputy city manager will be on in the second 2 items, but other than that, it's going to be legal counsel and the interim city manager, correct? All righty, we'll break at 7:25 and be back soon. It is 7:40. We have returned from executive session with no action taken. And that leads us into our final item of the evening, which is, I believe, number 8. Yep. And that is our adjournment. Thank you for being a part of our meeting tonight.